Hello, today I'm going to talk about the two strategies that I used for speaking and writing. The first one, we're going to talk about speaking. So, as I teach only adults and my groups are very small, the group that I have more students are 3. I like to use a lot of game boards, okay? Because game boards are very fun. They help me in the process of doing questions and answering. And I also challenge the student to play with me. Normally I start working with a vocabulary. So we start do a warm up with some vocabulary, and then we start playing using the game board. Here I've got an example of one of the game boards that I use. This one is about business. So this helps me to talk about business, bring vocabulary about business, the day by day of the job, and this helps a lot. The other strategic that I like to use, but this time for writing, is the mind mapping. Mind mapping for me is one of the best techniques for writing. I'm going to show you an example of one of my students. Okay, I asked her, we start doing the mind mapping together. Okay, so here I told her to put down the ideas. A lot of my students, I use Skype to teach, so we do it together. And what happens with mind mapping? Mind mapping is an excellent technique. Why? Because the person does a brainstorm of all her ideas and not only putting down words. Of course, after she writes the words, I correct them. Here I haven't corrected yet her exercise. So one class I do this brainstorm, then she does the writing for homework, and then the next class we go together and we correct this writing together. And what happens with mind mapping? It helps us not only organize the words, but also helps us organize the paragraphs. So I love using mind mapping. I think it's one of the best techniques for writing. And then she can start writing the paragraphs and then ending these paragraphs. So these are two of the techniques that I use for speaking and for writing.